San Antonio is a city rich in history, especially the history of Spanish and Mexican Texas. And who could forget the Alamo? See what I did there? But did you know that San Antonio is the site of another battle in early Texas history? Let me tell you a little bit about the Council House fight. In the early days of the newborn Republic of Texas, the government found itself struggling to deal with raids from Comanche tribes that saw Texas as prime raiding grounds. Now, at this time, among the different tribes of Comanches, the Penetecas, the honey eaters, were facing a constant threat of their own, from the Cheyenne and from the Arapaho attacking the north end of Comanche territory. They had also been decimated by a smallpox epidemic. This weakened them so much, they were willing to make peace with the Republic of Texas. At the first peace meeting between Republic officials and the Peneteca in January of 1840, the Texans demanded that every captive taken by the Peneteca be returned, and that they also move out of central Texas. In March 1840, a delegation of over 30 Comanche chiefs and 30 more Comanches, led by the Chief Mukwara, spirit talker, came to San Antonio with 5 captives. One of the captives was Matilda Lockhart. She was covered in bruises and scars from her time in captivity, some reports claiming she even had her nose burned off. Matilda claimed that the Comanche physically abused the captives. She also claimed that the Comanche had more captives than they had with them. They were holding them back, hoping to ransom them off one by one for more loot. Meanwhile, the delegation was being held in the old San Antonio Council House near San Fernando Cathedral in downtown San Antonio, where both parties were supposed to be unarmed. Once Matilda's story reached the Texas delegation in the council house, they demanded that the other hostages be released. Chief Mukwara attempted to explain to the Texans that the other prisoners were held by different Comanche bands and that he had no control over them. But the Texans couldn't comprehend the complex nature of Comanche politics. The angry Texas soldiers attempted to take the Comanche delegation hostage, to hold until the rest of the captives were released. In response, Chief Mukwara attempted to run out of the courthouse and get the attention of the rest of the Comanche warriors waiting outside. Now both parties, who were supposed to be unarmed, pulled their weapons, and a brutal point-blank gunfight began in the small council house, then spilled out into the street. Most of the Comanche chiefs in the council house were killed, and the Texans ended up capturing another 28 Comanche. The Texans released one Comanche woman to send a message to the Peneteca leaders who had not come to San Antonio. They were outraged by the demands. The Peneteca, in response to what they saw as a horrible betrayal, killed the remaining captives they had and launched a raid deep into Texas, hitting the town of Linville near the Gulf of Mexico. However, Texas volunteer forces intercepted the raiders on their way home at Plum Creek, which is near present-day Lockhart. This battle became famous as the Battle of Plum Creek. Tragically, a council that was supposed to lead to peace between Comanche and Texan instead resulted in a protracted and brutal 30-year war. Want more Texas history? Like us and subscribe. The Texas Center at Schreiner University.